I've had the delivery. Right, I've opened the box once already because I had a corruption on the card, so I've had to redo it. Plus the fact that it was also contained lots of bits that had to be put together. So this is it. Look at that. Nice light tube. Doesn't look much like a coil, does it? We've got 4 of them. These were the bits I had to construct here with the little bolts and stuff. Oh, still a bit on the loose side, we'll have to tighten it up later. And we've got a bag of straps. So here's a bag full of straps for carrying it with. And I've also got some connectors that will go into my metal detector when it eventually comes. Now in here, this is the coil. That's the coil. Right, let's go and get a tape measure and I'll measure it for you. Right, so this is the coil. And it measures 1,000 millimeters, or just over 3 feet, 100 centimeters, or 40 inches if you're an American. Right, let's construct the first coil. Right, so we've got wires that go through the tubes. See the wires going through the tubes here? And that goes in there. And that slots in there. And that slots in there. And that slots in there. Right, so I slot it in. So as you can see, it's a pretty big coil. Now, these tapes I think have to be on the opposite side of the next coil. So here's the next one. This one. Oh, there we go. Now, so I think these tapes have got to be like that. See how it sort of matches up, so you know where the which way the coil, because the coil's got to go around a certain way. Right, then we get the sections. Now, yeah, like that. We'll slot that one in first. Right, so slot this one in. Right, so the other two. It's the Rag and Bone Man. Right, so now it should all slot together. Like so. And that is the coil. Right, so now we'll connect this up. So one's got tape on it and one's not got tape on it. Okay. Is there a reason? Didn't get any instructions with it, so it's just going to have to be trial and error, I think. So there's a little thing that screws in there. Screw together, and then that one screws together. And that goes into the metal detector. Presumably there's a reason why you've got two coils, but it says in the literature, it says that having two coils cancels out EMI. Now I've got some very nice permissions, but they're crisscrossed in power lines and they're quite near to a built up area, like. So this coil, which I got second hand, it's not new, the new one was 1,500 euros, and I got this for £800. So it's second hand, but it's in pretty good condition. There's hardly any scratches on it. It looks like it's never been used. Oh, I went wrong there. So here it is. This is my... Oh! It's collapsing. Oh. It's a bit loose, the connectors. These bolts need tightening up. But there it is. Oh! There it is, my massive coil. Let's try that way round. Now that's what you call a coil. This coming apart down here. So when the detector finally comes, this is going to be epic. Right, now. Oh, it's falling apart. What it is, these little nuts are a bit loose. Right, how did that go back together? No, the other way. Right. So now what we want to do, I want to attach wheels to this. Because this is a two-man operation with the straps. They link onto these little hooks here. Two-man, two-person. Don't want to sound sexist. Two-person operation. But I want to mount wheels on this somehow so that I can push it along. And the actual metal detector itself is like a chest rig, and it sits here. So it's all strapped onto you with like a special harness. So my engineer, my electrical engineer, and all parts to do with metal detecting, Cliff, he said I need one of these to measure the thickness of the pipe. Now, when the metal detector comes, it will come with a single one of these, but I think the pipe's a bit thinner, so we're going to measure the thickness of this. Right, how does this work? Ah, right. It is 40 millimeters. Yeah, 40 millimeters. So these straps, I wonder if they come off. Maybe a little bit in the way there, aren't they? Ah, they're held on with zip ties. Okay. So these are 60 millimeters apart, these things, and we're going to have to come up with some sort of maybe a corner construction for a wheel. I'm thinking about maybe a narrow wheel, tall and narrow, just because of maybe the long grass, and I want the coil to sort of sit maybe about, I don't know, 10 inches from the ground, because on, you know, some days there might be long grass, so maybe an adjustable height. And what I might have to do, because these clips are a little bit loose, we might just have to, on the day when we use it, just to put like another, maybe just a couple of zip ties over the joints. And I think that'll do it. So any suggestions? I did actually look up online, you can get geophysics machines that are on trolleys that people push around the fields, because this would be a special grid system where I'll be walking up and down a field, up and down, up and down, up and down, and eventually I'll be take the card out, put it in the computer, and I'll get a complete subsurface picture of all the metal objects under the ground. You know, real proper. Oh, the relics we're going to find together with this is going to be epic. But this coil is specifically for places where you get a lot of electromagnetic interference. See, that one's popped out. Pop back in. So yeah. So do you think Clegg is crazy? I'm always one for new innovations. So my brother's an inventor, and my sister's a school teacher. So yeah, this is going to be the business. And there's lots of this is quite long, this cable. You might be able to get extensions. So I'll be carrying this along on wheels. Now the only other thing is ground balance. Now it's a bit tricky if you're on your own ground balancing this. So I'm definitely going to have some way of just holding these joints together. Because what I was thinking of doing with the straps, because it comes with these straps, hook on obviously to there, and this strap obviously hooks onto there, and then you walk along carrying it like that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some way of just holding that together. Maybe just, like I said, maybe just a zip tie. But what I'm thinking of ground balancing is have these straps initially, right, take it over to the middle, piece of rope between the two, then tie a rock to a bit of rope, chuck it over a tree branch, lift it up, because you get the process of ground balance is you've got to press some buttons, it sort of beeps at you, then it asks you to raise it a metre from the ground and then back down, and you do that once I think, and then it ground balances. The only problem is, because this can see really deep, where I do chuck it over a branch, what I might have to do is just metal detect the area underneath it with my CTX, just to get rid of any sort of big iron signals. And then I can pull it up on the bit of rope and then lower it down, and pull it up and lower it down, and that ground balance it. And I think there's a memory within the metal detector itself that will remember ground balances on particular fields. So we'll see. Now normally I don't ground balance my machines metal detectors that much, because I don't live in an area where the ground's mineralised. It's very loamy, and there's, you know, nice deep soil, no mineralisation, so I might be able to get away with not ground balancing at all. Well, we'll have to see. But I can't wait for the machine to become available. It's out of stock. They're making it in batches, so once a year they'll make a batch of say 500 machines, you know, subject to order. You've got to order it. Once they've got enough orders in, they make the machine. But it's all made in Germany. Top quality stuff. So I hope you really enjoyed this video of my unboxing the Super Coil. And oh, I can't wait to get into the fields and start using it. We're going to be getting down onto some serious relics. And before someone says you'll need a JCB to dig it up, I know lots of landowners with mini diggers. Of course, if it is something really epic, I might have to manually dig down to it first, just to make sure it's not like anything that could be damaged by a digger. So yeah, watch this space, my lovers. This is gonna blow your mind when I start finding stuff. Woohoo! Cheers! Ooh.